When commissioning a Greenstar boiler, we recommend filling out the commissioning log located in Section 17 of the installation manual. Filling out the commissioning log can go a long way in assisting the contractor during the annual inspection of the boiler. It will allow the contractor to see what, if any, parameters may have changed over the course of the heating season. Careful attention to this log will allow the contractor to see changes over the life of the boiler, which may influence how they approach maintenance and service issues. The first step to commissioning your boiler is to determine your water supply and fill locations. In this installation, we've chosen to use the domestic cold water supply going into the flat plate heat exchanger and a fill location on the heating return side. Check your local codes to determine if a fill and backflow preventer is required. Please note that unsuitable fill and makeup water can result in the heating system scaling up or failing prematurely. Always treat your fill and makeup water when the water hardness is above 9 grains of calcium carbonate per US gallon and the pH value is less than 7 or greater than 8.5. Cleaning and treating a heating system, even a new one, will increase the performance, reduce fuel bills, and extend the life of the boiler and associated components. Cleaning the system will remove flux, solder, excess pipe dope, cutting oil, and other impurities that can reduce system performance. When using a chemical cleaner, make sure to follow directions provided by the manufacturer in regard to usage and, if necessary, disposal. Only use chemicals that have been approved for use with the Greenstar boiler. For more information, refer to Section 5.1 of the installation manual. When using a pump flushing system, make sure to connect all hoses and follow the pump manufacturer's instructions in regards to fill levels and flow direction. Once the system has been cleaned, add the inhibitor package following the manufacturer's instructions. The following anti-corrosion inhibitors and concentrations are approved for use with the Greenstar boiler. Once finished, pressurize the system from 14 to 21 psi, as indicated by the green area on the boiler pressure gauge. Next, turn power onto the boiler. Make sure that the system has been filled with water and the service switch and circuit breakers are in the on position. Press and release the round button in the upper left-hand corner of the Heatronic control. When you first initialize power to the Heatronic, the unit display will flash, alternating between what looks like a percentage sign and the temperature from the primary sensor. This will last about 8 minutes. During this process, the boiler's pump is pulsing, eliminating air from the system, primarily from the boiler's heat exchanger. At this time, it would be necessary to open the high vent located next to the circulator. Close it again when the purging sequence has finished. For the next 15 minutes, the boiler will run on low fire. This is done to force the boiler to condense and prime the condensate trap. This low fire sequence can be overridden in a combi boiler by turning on the domestic hot water, or for both combi and regular boilers by using the chimney sweep feature. There are 2 dials located on the front of the boiler. One is for the maximum boiler temperature, and one is for the domestic hot water temperature. Approximate settings for each are found in the instruction manual. When you set a domestic hot water temperature, the green LED display will alternate between the maximum allowable temperature of the flat plate heat exchanger or the indirect storage tank. When using an indirect tank, this knob will be set to the tank temperature. For the combi boiler, this setting is the maximum temperature. On the face of the Heatronic control is a button labeled Eco. This is the economy comfort button. When the unit is in economy mode, the boiler and flat plate heat exchanger will go cold until the next demand for domestic hot water or heat. If you press the button and turn the light off, the boiler will operate in comfort mode. While in comfort mode, the boiler will maintain temperature in the boiler and flat plate heat exchanger. This will minimize wait time for heat and domestic hot water. However, it will use more fuel. After your domestic hot water loop on the combi unit has been flushed for the first time, you may notice a reduced water flow through the flat plate heat exchanger. If this happens, a filter screen located on the cold water inlet to the heat exchanger may be clogged with pipe dope, solder, or other debris, and it may be necessary to remove and clean this filter. To remove, close and depressurize the cold water pipe. Remove the safety clip, pull out the pipe, and remove the filter from the pipe. If necessary, clean with a plastic brush under running water. Operation of the unit without this protective screen may void warranties.